Good evening. Today is Saturday, January 7th, and I'm reviewing. Tonight I'm going to review a show that was on last night. I DVR'd it, and it was Emerald City. And if you've been watching my show at all, I was reviewing Dirk Gently's Holistic Detective Agency there for quite a while, and it was a lot of fun. Did the whole season, every single episode. We'll see what I do with Emerald City. Emerald City is, I mean, everybody knows the story of the Wizard of Oz. There's probably a pretty small percentage of the population that hasn't seen, seen Dorothy and Toto and the Yellow Brick Road. There's been some other incarnations of it over the years. There was The Wiz. There's a couple others that have happened, and this is a new endeavor in it, and it's a new vision of it. Definitely a darker vision. So we open up with Dorothy has been brought to our world as a baby, and she was essentially left at a doorstep in a little town called Lucas, Kansas. And then we meet her 20 years later. Well, I mean, there's some inconsistencies here. Yes, it's 20 years later, and she is a nurse. And I do believe it takes more than 2 years of schooling to be a nurse. I could be wrong about that. Feel free to correct me on these things. But it's a minor inconsistency, I think. It's supposed to be 20 years later. She's a nurse in the local medical facility, and then we find out that she's taking pain medication for her adopted mom. She's stealing from other from other patients. And in this case, she steals a bunch of hydrocodones, and we find out a little bit late, not too far down the road here, that she's her mom has a back problem, and for whatever reason, she's not going to see the doctor. I thought Obamacare took care of that. Everybody has insurance now, right? Okay, let's not make this political. So she did that, and apparently her real mother, we're calling her real mother, came back, and is living in a little single wide trailer in the nearby the local town of Lucas, and she hasn't had the gut, she hasn't had screwed up the guts to talk to her mom and everything. So one point in time, she goes over there and she hangs out for a little bit, doesn't get out of the truck, and then it takes off. Okay, fine. Then she leaves again, and she heads over there. There's a big storm brewing. Oh my gosh, we have a tornado. It's Kansas, and we're dealing with the Wizard of Oz. I suppose if you had a trailer, a mobile home in Tornado Alley, you pretty much need to have something. But of course, when I grew up in the Midwest, we didn't live in it. We never lived in a mobile home. I never lived in a mobile home till I moved here to Washington State. So anyway, her mom was in the storm cellar. She tries to tell her mom, and yada yada yada. Gets outside, sees another cop. Cop pulls a gun on her. It's like and she freaks out. Gets in the cop car. Takes off and gets pulled up into the tornado. Here comes the tornado. Gets pulled up into the tornado. Lands in a cop car. In this other world, and she's rolling. She's in motion when she lands, and she runs over the Witch of the East, who is in all red, dressed in all red. And it's snowing. Okay, So presumably, supposedly, she killed the witch at that point in time. Well, now we have a bunch of kids show up, and I'm thinking to myself, the Munchkin Land, And I'm waiting for somebody to start to pop out and start singing. We represent the Lollipop Guild. That's not that kind of Oz. So I'm kind of droning on about this part here because it was kind of funny. But they take her to their village, which is very much has all the appearance of, say, a Native American village of huts and dirt huts and everything with thatch roofs, or it's the way I would picture the Gauls in pre-Roman times, living that way too. And this is these are, in a little bit we hear their name is called the Munchkins. Munchkins? I don't know. The adults are normal sized adults. They're no longer the dwarfs. The little people that we saw were just kids, is all we saw. So, anyway, they don't understand. They figure she must be a witch because only a witch can kill a witch. Is what they're thinking. They exile her, and off you go. Outside, and then somebody takes her and says, "You're exiled from our land, never to return." She's like, "Whatever. I just want to go home." And so she goes to. They have somebody take her to the path to the Emerald City, and lo and behold, follow the brick road. Okay, so there's brick pavers, and it's yellow, from poppy, and here we are in this field of poppy. Sorry if you never listened to Dr. Demento back in the day, you get that. So there's a big old, this poppy all over. The pollen from poppy or something is making it all yellow, so it's the yellow brick road. So follows that for a while, finds a burned out town, and there's a guy. He looks like he's being crucified, and we have our Scarecrow. So Scarecrow can't remember who he is, can't remember where he's from, can't remember why he's up on a cross.
Other things are happening too. We meet actual Wizard of Oz. Sure. Doesn't surprise me. And there's still the Witch of the West and the Witch of the North, Glenda. And they're sisters, which they were in the original, and they don't like each other all that much, which they didn't in the original. Neither one of them is all that nice. So, but apparently, they're sort of a beast. I don't understand yet. I'm sure this is going to come clear. That the Forever Beast, the Beast of Forever Beast, comes every 20 years, or 20 years ago. Previously, it had shown up. The witches couldn't stop the beast, and the Wizard of Oz, using science, was able to. Okay, it's science as opposed to witchcraft, which I suppose could be, well, heck with it. It was always some sort of a play. So when we first meet the Wicked Witch of the West, I'm going to call her the Wicked Witch of the West because she doesn't seem like a very nice person in general. Neither does the Wizard of Oz. We find out that since apparently the Wizard of Oz fixed everything as far as the Beast of Forever, or the Forever Beast, he became the ruler, and one of the rules he laid down was that there was no practicing witchcraft. So the Witch of the West, so West apparently is her name, decided to start a brothel. So for 20 years now, she's been running a brothel. Okay. So this isn't an HBO episode. You don't really see anything. Calm down. This isn't like Game of Thrones. So anyway. So the Wizard of the wizard comes to get her, to talk to her about, because he knows that something's going on, because the first sign has appeared with Dorothy's arrival. which oh, hey, let's just go back a little bit here because it was kind of funny. They had the flying monkeys. The flying monkeys are drones. Apparently, I assume that the wizard created them because the monkey is a mechanical device and has a camera in one eye lens, and it records relatively poor quality moving film, moving pictures, while flying through the air, as with propellers. So there you have your flying monkeys. And that's how the wizard knows that something came out of the tornado, that the hole that opened up in the sky. And he sees the police car, although I'm sure he has absolutely no idea what the police car is. We also find out that his luxurious black hair is nothing but a wig, and he just looks like a tired old man. I'm kind of tired, and some days I feel old, so I can relate. Although I have better hair than him. And he... So... That's how we meet the wizard, and that's also how we meet the Witch of the West. So Dorothy is out walking and on the yellow brick road, and all of a sudden, the witch that she thought she had killed, and that the Munchkins had thought she had killed, was actually not dead. So apparently, it takes more than a trauma impact to kill the witch. So Dorothy tricks her, gets her shot in the head with a gun. Apparently this is strong enough to kill the witch. So this is okay. When a 45 goes through the head, 45 slug at close range, yep, you're gonna die. So during all of this, now there is also captain of the Wizard's Guard, Emerald City's guard, is also searching for Dorothy and trying to find her. So just throwing that in there. But at this point in time, because the sister is actually dead, now the other two witches, West and North, are fully aware of it. They felt it, and all kinds of stuff happens. We get into more of the politics between the wizard and the witches. And find out there is absolutely no love lost between them. What do I think? I want to kind of close this out because there's more that happens, and the episode ends with some other things happening. There's a boy that was trapped in a tower. Not really a tower, but trapped by the apothecary, and she's really not all that nice of a person. It seems like just part of being a witch. I don't know. She's not all that nice. She was the boy is actually a girl. We're hitting transgendered. We have all this stuff going on. I'm not sure what's going on with that right there. But there's more going on here, and there's the funeral for the one that died. And stuff happens there, kind of cool stuff. There's some really great special effects going on here that are coming up, I believe. It's going to be fun. I think it's going to be a fun show. I want to keep reviewing it. Tell me what you thought of the show. Did you watch it? Did I give you any spoilers? I hope not. I'm going to make sure I put potential spoilers in the title here because I don't want to make anybody mad. So did you like it? Did you enjoy it? Do you think you're gonna watch the next episode? I'm planning on it. I might make this my weekly review like I was doing with Dirk Gently before. It was a lot of fun, and it seemed to get good attention too. So, tell me what you thought of it. Did you like it? I enjoyed it. My wife enjoyed it. My son played video games the entire time. We won't count him. So, hey, if you like what we're doing here, make sure you subscribe, upvote, follow. I don't know if you're watching this on YouTube, on VidMe, on Facebook. I don't know where you're watching this, but hope you enjoy it. Hope you liked it. We'll talk to you later.